Shalom. Kol Holo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rahahakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. My name is Barad Debal, coming to you from the GMS campus in Indianapolis. And to all those listening and learning to you, I say Shalom, especially to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Today is just going through um, end time prophecy. And I guess the title I'll just put um, end times. But let's just start with Second Esdras chapter 9, verses 1, read down to maybe about 3 or 4, get a few other scriptures, make a few other points, and again, hopefully it's edifying to the body. It says, uh, Second Esdras 9 and 1, he answered me and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So we are in the times, okay, when you read Esdras, he speaks of course, he was a prophet, and we're at the times in which the Lord is visiting this place, America. He's actually all over the world. He is starting to visit. And let's go one more scripture. He says, Second Esdras 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shall thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So there were prophecies that were given and that were told that Yahweh would be beginning to visit the world. Okay, I got scripture here. This is Isaiah uh chapter 29 verse 6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire." So we know eventually it's going to be a destruction of thermonuclear missiles. But each of these that were mentioned, we have the earthquake that hit Tibet. It says search hundreds rescued as search for quake survivors continues in Tibet. As of right now, we go down. It says more than 14,000 rescue workers have arrived in Tibet to continue the search for survivors after a strong earthquake killed at least 126 people in a remote part of Western China. Okay, it says more than 400 people have been rescued. Chinese state media says since the earthquake struck on Tuesday, uh, some 50 miles from the base of Mount Everest, destroying thousands of homes. And actually, it was another report said it was actually closer, about 15 miles. But in any case, uh, earthquake hit. And it said remote. Let me pull up this word remote really quick. What Merriam-Webster dictionary, remote. Remote. It says separated by an interval or space greater than, divergent, far removed in space-time relation. Okay, out of the way, secluded. Okay, I want to look up a word, diverse, different from, um, different from the other, unlike, composed of distinct, unlike, elements or qualities. Okay, now let's get this here in Matthew 24. Matthew chapter 24. Thought I had it. 24 verses 3 or verse 3. This is Yahweh Shai, and he sat and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And we have that going on today. We have many false prophets, those who know that they're Israel, those who are Israelites, and then those who do not are rising up in these last days, preaching false doctrine. He says, verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. We're now speaking of economic wars between, you know, Russia, and you have this thing, the BRICS. If you look that up, you know, these nations that are coming together, and they are uh, coming together against, of course, the economic power of the United States, you know, of America. And then you have a war, actual war, you know, that's been brewing as well. You know, you have many wars that's actually what they call proxy wars as well has been going on. You have, but then you have the war with Ukraine and Russia, and then you have, of course, Israel has been going back and forth with Iran. I believe Syria is in the mix. Quite a few things that are going on. It's even brewing now that Turkey um, could be stepping in or maybe doing something to speak or to talk. Actually, I came across something. They said, "What if Turkey goes to war? Um, what would America do?" Something in that frame. So these are things that are showing that we're that much closer, that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is visiting the world through the tempest and through the storm. Speaking of that, you know, you have all of the Midwest and even further that has been hit with this crazy storm, upwards to 6 feet of snow, and some higher in other places. And then there's this huge cold front that's going through. But going further, it says, For nation shall rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Speaking of pestilences, it's speaking of some new thing that is coming up in, I believe, in China also, and earthquakes in diverse places. So when you look up, and I actually looked up the wrong diverse, so we're gonna pull up that diverse again. I believe I looked it up wrong. Diverse, yeah, various and different. Oh well, yeah, it is. It is the same. Okay. Um, Slovakia. Okay. So pretty much it's actually you know, for that place to be hit, it's and be remote. Okay. It's a far out place. Okay. Um for as far as that earthquake in Tibet. And here's one, the fire tears through Pacific Palisade, uh Alt Altadena and Pasadena. Says so. Look, is there's as you can see, and Selmar gust of up to 100 uh, miles per hour reported, and so there's these over roughly 50,000 people have been evacuated from these areas. Okay, and and this is going on as well. All right. So let's get see, do I have more here? Yes. He says, all these, verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So these are the beginning. These are um, the things that the Lord is bringing upon the earth. And again, it's the beginning of sorrows. This is the book of, where we at? Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 39. And actually, I want the next verse, verses 9. It says, verse 8 says, such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold more upon sinners, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sake came the flood. So we understand that we're in the days of Noah. And like in the days of Noah, people were eating and drinking and giving in marriage until the storm came, till the rain came. Noah goes into the ark, the rain comes, and then everyone starts to recognize uh, that the prophet Noah, the prophecy was true. And so we're just like in those same times where men have been raised up in the stead of Noah. Like I said, the prophets that have been before thee and before me, them of old, roughly paraphrasing Jeremiah 28:28, prophesied against many countries. Okay, let's actually get it real quick. Ver- uh, Jeremiah 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And that's what we're doing. We've been sent to do today. I know the elder Menachem, said, they've called uh, the prophets, prophets of doom. Well, the thing is, the scriptures tell you, when the prophets came on the scene, that the people at one point in time, and Samuel was an example, the people at one point in time, they trembled. And they asked him, the elders of the city asked him, said, "Did you come peaceably?" And he told them in that particular time, peaceably, because he was actually coming to anoint David as king. But many of the times that the prophets were coming is because there was uh, there was something soon to happen, unto the people. And of course, like always, you will have some who will listen and some who will despise it. And so let's get that really quick. Actually, Proverbs 13, verse 13, KJV. Proverbs 13:13. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. So when Yahushua returns, his elect, okay, he has care for his elect. He's going to have some that's going to go through, people going through the whole scene, everything, all the way up until the time that they're on the chariot. And he's going to direct their path. That's why we, say that scripture in Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not into thy own understanding. In all our ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct our path." You know, be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear Yahweh and depart from evil. And that's why we're telling the people this is a time. If you come across this video or any other videos of the men of GMS, that it's time to turn back because the doors of mercy will soon be shut, like in time of Noah. When Yahweh shut Noah into the ark, there was no turning back. Going back to those calamities, let's go back to that in there. Where am I? we'll end here. So I hope that this lesson was edifying, uplifting, exhorting of some sort into the body. Before I end, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rahahakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. Until next time, all those listening and learning to you, I say Shalom.